My name is Marli, Higga. I moved to Millbrook about a year and a half ago. And the reason I started coming to Grace Church is because I was watching the services online, and Reverend Allison gave a sermon. That was the first one I watched, and I was really impressed. It was about racial justice, which is a hard topic to speak on. I think people, we all bring apprehensions to it and expectations. And I just was really impressed with her sincerity and her humility. And so I was like, oh, this is cool. So then I went to the website, and I was like, oh, there's this other guy, Reverend Dr. Matthew Calkins, I wonder what he's like. And then I, went to the next online service and listened to him, and I think he spoke about your brother, like he was an artist. And again, it was on, it was a difficult topic, but I was just, again, really impressed. I was like, oh, here's another home run hitter too. And so I kept attending online, and then, then it got to the point where we could attend in person. And I was like, oh, should I go? Because when you're new and you attend something online, you're kind of like a lurker. And I was comfortable being a lurker. So I wasn't sure. But, before I came here for many years, I didn't have a church that I went to. I kind of would go to a lot of different churches, and certainly not every week, just sort of, I guess, when I had a need or when I felt moved, and when it was convenient for me. And I really appreciated these visits in these churches that I would go to, and I would always contribute when I would go. And I guess I kind of was like a church admirer, But at a certain point, it kind of dawned on me that the way I was doing it was kind of transactional. I would have a need, I would go, I would contribute something, then I would leave. And then I kind of looked around the congregations. I was like, if everybody were like me, these places would not survive. I was, I appreciated that the churches are there, and I expected them to be there, but I wasn't sort of letting them expect anything of me. I wasn't letting them count on me. And then I found a church I was really comfortable in, and it was near my house, and so I could go every week, and I did, and I, contributed whenever I went, and I even, you don't have to do this, but converted from the Methodist Church to the Episcopal Church, but I didn't actually pledge, and why was that? I think because I felt like already what I was doing was this big step up. I committed to the church, I was contributing, and also my relationship with God had deepened through this experience in the church, and I felt like, oh, that's the most important thing. And it definitely is. But I think because my relationship with God had deepened through that experience with that church, when I came here and I saw what the leadership here was like, and then I've started to meet each of you, and people were just individually so friendly and so welcoming, and I really appreciated that. And so having grown in my relationship with God, and then as I got to know you, I saw that the Spirit of God is born out in the people here. And so I wanted to do more than I had done in the past. I wanted this church and the church in general to be able to count on me. So I guess looking back on my journey and my deepening relationship with God, as that deepened, so did my desire to be more reliable, to be someone that, that the church could rely on. So that's it. I mean, I think of Grace Church, like churches like this that have been around a long time, is kind of like these great old trees. And, we love them and we always expect them to be here. But we do live in a time of climate change, and not just environmental climate change, but spiritual climate change, I think. And, the conditions have changed, and the stewards of the past were more numerous. And these great trees need care. And so we're the stewards of the present. And I think like through our decisions and our care, we're the ones who are going to make a difference. So that's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.